Jai Shri Mataji. Let's bow down to Shri Mataji, raise Mother Kundalini and put Bandhan. Let us listen to Shrimataji's speech.
Now, because I've worked in London itself for so many years, that even now, the Sahajogis of London every time require a reminder that you have to cleanse yourself, keep your mind clean, your heart clean. Because Mataji perhaps is a good speaker, you just come here, listen to her, and forget about it. It's not going to help. My lectures are just useless, absolutely useless, if you cannot rise up to the point where you feel you are really clean. You all have to work it out. Do not justify it. For human beings, it is important to know that after realization you are attacked much more than you are attacked before. Temptations are much more. Satan himself came to tempt Christ because he knew that Christ was so powerful. In the same way, when you are saints, the temptations come to you. If you yield to them, then it can be very dangerous. We have to know that as we are delicate, we have to be careful. But as we have the power to overgrow these things as Sahajogis, we have to take arms into our hands and fight ourselves out. We have to create such Sahajogis in London that they themselves becomes the advertisement. As today we were discussing what to do about Sahajoga, how to advertise, how to do this. Nothing works out. What works out really is a pure Sahajogi, a good Sahajogi. Example is of one Mr. Dhumal. He went to the commissioner's office in Pune, and while dealing with the thing, maybe Indians are more sensitive to saints, they recognized that he was a saint. They said, "Sir, will you please tell us who is your guru?" They said, "I have a mother." All that office of that commissioner is today Sahajogis. One person just changed the whole thing, transformed it. When we think of organizing things for Sahajoga and all that, we must know, are we ourselves organized to that extent? All right, mother works very hard, she cleanses you, she works for 3-4 hours, she'll cleanse your subconscious, she'll do this. But how are you yourself? What is your own picture about you? Yourself. And this is important, very important for all of us. It's a very important time we are in. There are so many seekers who are getting just drowned for no fault of theirs. They can be lost. Every Sahajogi has a duty towards his spirit and towards God Almighty, that he must try his level best to keep himself beautifully shining and shining others with joy, happiness and bliss. May God bless you. We have to make one thing very clear to all the people who come to Sahajog. Supposing somebody has a background of a terrible black magic training and all that, or somebody is a teacher, say, of, say, TM. or a teacher or a Guru Raj business or sort of a person. If you have all this kind of background, you have to be extra careful about yourself. You have to be extra careful. Because after realizations of people, even here in the hall, they are terrified within yourself. They would like to run away. But when you are alone, they will try to tempt you in the beginning. So after realization, you have to establish yourself with very great care. Otherwise, you can be lost, you can be in trouble. And then don't blame Sahaja Yoga for that. Whatever is Sahaja Yoga, it is. You cannot mold it. It is the way it is. Whatever background you have, your subconscious, wherever have you been, you please remember that you have to be very careful. At least for a month, you must be very, very careful and see to it that you do not expose yourself to these old environments. I would suggest that you better keep more to yourself, at least for 7 to 10 days. Do not go out too much. Keep to yourself your precious things for God. He looks after you, no doubt. But as you have been through so many horrible things, it's possible that you might be attacked. And then don't blame Sahaja Yoga for that. That can happen, has happened to so many people I know of. So be careful after getting realization, like the seedling. When it is sprouted, how we are careful with the seedling for some time till it becomes a tree. We are not so careful with the seed. We are not. But with the seedling, it's so delicate. That's how you must look after your realization. That's how you must work it out. Can I have questions from you? Good question. He says if you are attacked, whether one should avoid it or one should accept it. It's a very simple answer. Now, any Sahaja Yogi who can answer it, let's see. Now, testing point. Such simple things, I tell you. What happens to the intellectuals? Kamala, no answer. Huh? That's true, but its question is very, very straight. If you are attacked, should you run away from that or should you face it? Huh? No, not necessarily. It's very simple, actually. It's very simple. It's this, that if you can face it, otherwise you run away. There's no need to face. Forget it. We are not responsible for all these mad people. No. Try once or twice. Otherwise, just run away as soon as possible. With a speed of 500 miles per hour. If it is coming to you. It's very simple. Again the wisdom. You see the balancing part. You need not. If I say face, doesn't mean anybody coming you face. Measure it up. Alright? If you can, manage it. Otherwise, take the other course. Makes no difference. In Sahaja Yoga, you are not branded as anything like a man with a sword. You are a man with a sword and also a shield. If it comes to the shield, alright, have the shield on. And you can place the shield into his hand and run away. It's alright. We must learn. This is known as Krishna Niti. But this I will tell you a very simple example of Krishna style. He is called as Ranchhod Das, the one who ran away from the fields. Imagine Krishna's name is Ranchhod Das. The one who ran away from the field, it's such a shameful thing to run away. There was a horrible devil who was given certain boons by Brahmadeva. And he could not be killed by normal methods, you see. And Krishna knew that he won't be able to kill him with his Sudarshan Chakra. He didn't want his Sudarshan Chakra to be spoiled, you see, the thing that discuss he used. So, he knew about a big sage who was meditating in his sleep in a cave very near that battlefield. And this sage had a boon that as soon as you will open your eyes from this meditation, the first person you will see will become into ashes. So Krishna started running away from the field. People said, oh, look at him, like a coward, he's running. But this devil would not give in. He started running after him. Krishna ran very fast, you see, played all the tricks, illusions, and he ran. And he was covering himself with a shawl, like this. And this sage was sleeping there. He went and very delicately he put his shawl on top of that sage, and he was still fast asleep. When this fellow followed him into the cave, Krishna had hidden himself. He went into the cave, and he thought this was Krishna who was sleeping there. So he starts saying, hey, you Krishna, now you are sleeping here, you are tired, you've run out of the field, but I'm going to kill you. And as soon as he said that, this fellow got up and looked at him, and the fellow became into ashes. It is tomfoolery to fight someone who is going to trouble us. Why should we? But if you can face up to someone, you should. Then you become so very strong, like me, I should say, that you don't run away. But sometimes I also run away, I must tell you. Because I get fed up sometimes, the way things are. Not from demonic forces so much as from some of the Sahajogis. I see to it that they don't see me anymore. Because they never improve. They always become tools, instruments in the hands of satanic forces and bring horrible things to me. Then I don't want to have mosquitoes around, isn't it? Then you want to put a mosquito net around you in the same way. We don't ask mosquitoes, you come and bite and I'll bite you. So it could be on any level. We have to judge with our wisdom. One must know that Sahajogi are the most important thing in the whole creation today. One should not become egoistical, of course. I must give the balance. But they are, no doubt. So we should know how to preserve ourselves, and preserve for what? Not for pickling out yourself, but for fighting. But first preservation is important. If you are not there, what are you fighting with? So it's question of wisdom. It's very simple. Sahaja Yoga is so simple, no complication. Like this, you judge everything. I mean, these norms of human acceptances, like, you see, you are a big hero even if you cut your nose. That's not in Sahaja. You're not going to cut your nose, but you'll be a hero. That's how. I would not like any one of my children to be hurt even this much. And there are so many ways of avoiding it. Now, any other question? This lady is there. For her, I have to tell her one thing. That you must understand what you have to have as a seeker. That's very important. Otherwise, one would never see who is all right, who is not all right. Like TM. Let's set the better. People might say, what's wrong? What's good? First of all, let's go on to that point. The minimum of minimum. What good it has done? It has polished off your money. Are you flying? Any one of you flying? Face it. Everybody has become a poor person, has got epilepsy. So many of them have got epilepsy. Are you cured of your troubles? Are you physically helped? No. So it's nothing good. Why should you pay? Only good it has got is one, that it takes money from you. It makes you a little lighter. If you have too much, no income tax problem, bank problem, it's already gone. If that is the thing you want to have, then it's all right. Then go ahead of it. Has your life been helped in any other way? Are you a recluse? Or are you a person who can articulate with others? Very normal. The highest of highest, one should know that you are the spirit. Are you manifesting your spirit anywhere? Are you collectively conscious? Are you actually collectively conscious? Or just it's a make-believe? Are you that awareness which is described? Just face it. Sahaja Yoga is just the other way around. You cannot please it by giving money to it. No, it doesn't consider anything. Also, it cannot bother about how many efforts you have put in, how many times you have been, and all that. No, it doesn't bother about these things. On the contrary, if you are still attached to all such things, it just recedes. It recedes, it's recession all the time. It's very difficult. I go on pushing it. It recedes, you see. Either you have to change your attitude or it has to change, but it does not, because it is eternal thing. It does not change, it's changeless. So you better change your attitude and accept it. Otherwise the spirit is changeless. It recedes back. It recedes to such an extent that one may get a heart attack and die because of its recession. So you have to really come with an attitude of reception. Otherwise it recedes. Sahaja Yoga is such a beautiful thing, but its qualities are not changeable. There's no compromise. No compromise. It does not compromise. It stands in its own authority, in its own glory, in its own nature. It doesn't change. You can pay any amount of money or need not pay. You may put in effort, nothing. You bring to any color, creed, anything. Makes no difference to Sahaja Yoga. Nothing. Is the acceptance. Is the readily acceptance of your spirit and not of your ego. While in other places, they might pamper your ego, they might give you a mesmerism, hurting your superego. Here, it is your spirit. Absolutely your spirit which you have to achieve, to which you have to surrender to recognize that you are the spirit. Alright? No flying, no jumping, nothing. Is the spirit, the manifestation of the spirit. Is as simple as that. One has to have a humble attitude towards it, or otherwise the spirit doesn't come. One has to be humble. It's a grace, it's a gift. It's a gift of God. It's your own, I agree, it's your own. But it's a gift. And for that, we have to accept it with a humble heart. Otherwise, it doesn't work out. It won't work out, my child. It won't work out. I am your mother, all right. But Sahaja Yoga is not. Mother means many things. Sahaja Yoga is not. It judges you very much. I do not. It does. So be careful. Mother is much larger than Sahaja. And so she forgives and she knows and she tells you and she says, no, 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 no. It's all right. But I must warn you that Sahaja Yoga recedes. That's why we have few Sahaja Yogis. You have to accept it for your own good with understanding. Can I just come forward?
Mahamantras. Mataji for this beautiful collective meditation. Thank you very much. Jai Shri Mataji. Let's bow down to Shri Mataji. Raise our Mother Kundalini and put Bandhan. We are closing the stream now. Let's continue in our daily morning meditation. Jai Shri Mataji.